Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Zach, and I'm a student at Western Washington University, and today I will be discussing the movie Moulin Rouge. So the movie starts off following a young man named Christian who is out to find his place in the world. He's an aspiring young artist and is looking for that spark of love to, kind of set off his creative juices. So he leaves his home with his upper middle class family and heads off to the big city, which is Paris. His life kind of gets interesting once he gets there. He's not quite in his element anymore. And one night he's sitting in his room and writing what he hopes to be famous love story, and his roof falls in, and down comes this group of actors. Now, the one man obviously unconscious on the floor is unable to, complete his duties as an actor, and therefore they ask Christian to step in for him. Having nothing else to do and not really knowing anyone, he agrees. And at this point, this is kind of where the movie really takes off, because the group is rehearsing and they need a star for their play, and so they decide that they want to get this beautiful young woman named Satine, who is the star of Moulin Rouge. So the crew, they go over and they beg her to be a part of their play, and when they get there, she actually mistakes Ewan McGregor, who plays Christian, for the Duke of Worcester, who ironically Christian actually works for. And she mistakes him for the Duke, and so she begins seducing him for reasons that at the time we're not completely certain of. As the movie goes on, we find out that the theater isn't quite able to take the next step from being the red light theater that they are to a respectable actual theater in which real people come to. So she's flirting with him, trying to seduce the Duke because she believes that he would have the money to propel them further. And then all of a sudden the real Duke comes in, and she realizes she's made the mistake, but it's too late and she's already fallen in love with him. And Christian as well. So she sneaks him out and continues to seduce the Duke because she needs it to get her dream of being a real actor. Now, obviously, eventually the Duke figures it out and realizes there's another man in her life, and he wants her to himself if it's going to happen. So, realizing that one of his employees has seduced the woman he loves, he threatens to kill Christian if both of them don't stop talking. Now, in the typical Romeo and Juliet setting, Christian refuses and obviously continues to try and seduce her. And after numerous times of her saying no and no, she finally caves because she loves him and agrees. But at this point, the fatal twist comes in, and she ends up dying of TB, which as an audience we've known through the entire story, but unfortunately Christian did not. Now, for me, this movie embodies true love. It shows that someone will do anything to achieve it, and gain it, but you can't get it without the real thing. Basically, like, money doesn't substitute love. In the Duke's case, you can't buy love. You can't, I have money, love me. Or in Satine's case, becoming successful doesn't fill that void of her heart, which I don't know that she even realizes is there until Christian comes into her life. She's so driven by her need to succeed and become a great actor. But when he enters her life, she's instantly this new person who's almost complete. And so while it may be unrealistic in some cases, very similar to Romeo and Juliet, I personally think that the over-dramatization of it kind of increases the effect. It makes you realize it and makes it a little more evident to the audience.